Welcome back to Stone and Watch Weekend Box Office. Let's just dive right into it. Now, Frozen 2 keeps the number one spot for week 3. They bring in $35.1 million for their weekend haul. They're down a little over 59% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $338 million. It's worldwide. It's sitting at $922.4 million. Now, coming number 2 this week, we've got Knives Out. They bring in $14.2 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 47% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $63.5 million. It's worldwide. It's sitting at $124 million. Now, coming number 3 this week, we've got Ferrari. They bring in $6.65 million for their weekend haul. They're down 49.5% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $91.2 million. It's worldwide. It's sitting at $168.4 million. And coming to number 4 this week, we've got Queen and the Slim. Now they bring in $6.64 million for their weekend haul. They're down a little over 44% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $27 million, and they do not have a worldwide box office as of this point. Now, coming at number 5 this week, we've got It's Another Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. They bring in $5.2 million for their weekend haul. They're down 55% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $43.1 million, and they do not have a worldwide box office as of this point. And coming at number 6 this week, jumping all the way up from 19, we've got Dark Waters. Now they bring in $3.9 million for their weekend haul. Now they're up almost 543.5%. They added on almost like 1,500 screens and what have you, so that's the reason for the increase. Now they bring in, their total domestic as of right now is $5.1 million. Its total worldwide is sitting at $5.2 million. Now coming in at number 7, we got 21 Bridges. Now they bring in $2.8 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 50% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $23.9 million. Its worldwide is $26.6 million. And coming in at number 7, we've got Playing with Fire. They bring in $2 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 52% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $42 million. Its worldwide is sitting at $49 million. And then coming number 8, we've got Midway. They bring in $1.9 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 51% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $53.3 million. Its worldwide is sitting at $109.2 million. And rounding out our top 10, we've got Last Christmas. They bring in $1 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 49.5% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $33.4 million, and its worldwide is sitting at $85.4 million. Wow. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Now, Frozen, almost to $1 billion. I kind of, everybody's pretty much saying it. So I would definitely say by next weekend, they're going to be at $1 billion, if not like halfway through this week and stuff. That's just outrageous. That puts, like, I think that I saw a report saying that puts Disney at right now, before The Rise of Skywalker, at $10 billion this year. Wow. I mean, that's just totally awesome and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. I know, and I can't wait for The Rise of Skywalker. We're a little over a week away from The Rise of Skywalker, so that's going to add on to, that's going to probably at least make $1 billion. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. You see any of these movies in the top 10? Let me know. Now it's time for Stone to Watch 15 or 2. All right, let's just dive right into it. Now, coming up first for 15 or 2, we've got Jumanji: The Next Level. Now, they're calling it an action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. Now, the description reads, in Jumanji: The Next Level, the gang is back, but the game has changed. As they return to rescue one of their own, the players will have to brave parts of unknown, from arid deserts to snowy mountains, to escape the world's most dangerous game. Now, it's being directed by Jake Kasdan, starring Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, and Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan, to name a few. Now, I just watched the final trailer for this thing a few minutes ago, and it looks pretty damn funny. Now, I'll have to admit, I did not see the last Jumanji movie with this cast and what have you, so I am not familiar with this at all, except for by commercials and what I've heard. So, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Jumanji: The Next Level? You can go check this thing out. Let me know in the comments down below. Second on the list for 15 or 2, we've got Black Christmas. Now, they're calling it a horror mystery thriller. Now, the description reads, a group of female students are stalked by a stranger during their Christmas break. That is until the young sorority pledges discover that the killer is part of an underground college conspiracy. Now, this movie is being directed by Sophia Tekel, starring Ingram Poots, Carla Amuse, Lily Donahue, and Brittany O'Grady. Now, I just watched the trailer for this for the first time a few minutes ago. Now, I say it all the time, horror movies are not my thing, but this actually looks a little interesting. Now, I'm not going to rush out and probably go see this in a theater. I won't lie to you. I probably would wait to see this at home and what have you, but I don't know, it looks okay. For a horror movie, it doesn't look all that bad, and it looks a little interesting. So, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Black Christmas? You can go check this movie out. Let me know in the comments down below. And third, we've got Richard Jewell. Now, they're calling it a drama. Now, the description reads, an American security guard, Richard Jewell, saves thousands of lives from an exploding bomb at the 1996 Olympics, but then is vilified by the journalists and the press who falsely report that he was the terrorist. Now, it's being directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Olivia Wilde, Sam Rockwell, Paul Walter Hauser, and John Hamm. Now, I just watched the trailer for this thing a few minutes ago for the first time for show prep, and I had to say it actually looks pretty damn good. So, I don't know, when I see it, if I see it, you know I'm going to say matinee, but that's at the most. But this does look pretty damn good, and Clint Eastwood actually has turned out to be a pretty damn good director as well as he's been an actor over these last years. So I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Richard Jewell? You can go check it out. Let me know in the comments down below. And next for 15 or 2, we have Uncut Gems. Now they're calling it a comedy, crime, drama, mystery, thriller. Now the description reads, a charismatic New York City jeweler, always on the lookout for the next big score, makes a series of high-stake bets that could lead to the windfall of a lifetime. Howard must perform precarious, high-wire act balancing business, family, approaching adversaries on all sides, and his relentless pursuit for the ultimate win. Now, it's being directed by Benny and Josh Selfdady. I'm sorry if I butcher your name, man. Starring Adam Sandler, Julia Fox, Kevin Garnett, and The Weeknd. Now, I just watched the trailer for this thing for the first time a few minutes ago, and it looks pretty damn messed up. Now, I've seen a couple things that Adam Sandler has done on Netflix as of late, and some people are pretty much dogging saying they're not all that good. Some of them weren't that bad either, but they weren't blockbusters, so that's why they were on Netflix. So, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Uncut Gems? It looks pretty damn good. Now, if I see it, when I see it, you know I'm going to say matinee at the most, but that's at the most. But it doesn't look all that bad. So, I don't know. Did you see this trailer for this thing? You going to check it out? Let me know in the comments down below. Fifth on the list this week, we've got A Hidden Life. Now, they're calling it a biography, drama, romance, war. Now, the description reads, an Austrian blessed Franz Jagerstatter, a conscious objector, refuses to fight for the Nazis in World War II. Now, this is being directed by Terrence Malick, starring Mattis Schonartz, Michael Navis, Bruno Ganz, and Jorgen Porchow. Now, I just watched the trailer for this movie for the first time. Sorry if I butchered all your names and what have you, but this looks actually pretty good. Now, when I see it, if I see it, you know I'm going to say matinee at the most, but it doesn't look all that bad, but this looks like something I would probably much rather see at home and what have you, but that's just me. So, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Hidden Life? You can go check this thing out. Let me know in the comments down below. Next up on for 15 or 2, we've got Seberg. Now, they're calling it a biography, drama, thriller. Now, the description reads, inspired by real-life events in the life of a French New Wave icon, Jean Seberg, who in the late 60s was targeted by Hoover's FBI because her political and romantic involvement with the civil rights activist Hakim Jamal. Now, it's being directed by Benedict Andrews, starring Margaret Qualley, Kristen Stewart, Zazie Beetz, Vince Vaughn, and I saw Anthony Mackie in there as well. Now, I just watched the trailer for the first time for this thing for a few minutes ago, and it looks okay. Now, when I see it, if I see it, you know I'm going to say matinee at the most, and that's at the most. But I'm leaning more towards like the $2 range. So it looks kind of interesting and what have you, but it's just not really getting me want to go see it in the theater. That's just me. So, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for this thing? You can go check it out. Let me know in the comments down below. And finally, for 15 or 2, we have Cunningham. Now, it's a documentary biography music. Now, the description reads, the iconic Merce Cunningham and his last generation of his dance company is a stunningly profiled in a Ali Kovgan 3D documentary. Through the recreations of his landmark works, archival footage of Cunningham, John Cage, and Robert Rauschenberg. Now, this is being directed by Ali Kovgan. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. But now I just watched the trailer for this thing for the first time a few minutes ago, and it looks kind of weird. Now, when I see it, if I see it, I'm going to say matinee at the most, and that's at the most. I'm leaning more towards like a no. I mean, it just didn't really get me. I mean, I don't know, just not for me. Oh, did you see the trailer for this thing? You going to check it out? Let me know in the comments down below. In other movie-related news, the trailer for Ghostbusters: The Afterlife has recently dropped. Now, I watched this trailer and stuff like that at work, and I have to tell you, this movie looks awesome. Awesome. Now, granted, it does not come out until next summer and what have you. I believe July 10th is the release date and what have you in 2020. But this movie looks totally awesome. I can't wait to see this movie. I mean, just can't wait. Now, 15 or 2, I'm going to pay at least matinee because that's just, because I'm cheap. But other than that, I can't wait to see this movie. It looks way more interesting. It's really tying into the original first 2 movies from the 80s and what have you, so I can't wait to see it. Did you see the trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife? Let me know in the comments down below what you think, all right? Also, this week, Wonder Woman 1984 dropped and what have you. Now, I have to admit, I mean, I kind of like the first one. I'm not saying it was a terrible movie. It was pretty good, but I think it was a little overhyped and what have you, that people are like making it out to be more than what it really is. But then again, I'm more of a Marvel comic book fan than I am a DC comic book fan. So there's a little bit that involved that. I'm not saying it's Marvel versus DC and what have you. It's just like when I was growing up, those were the comics I was reading. That's it, plain and simple. Not like it's this side versus you. I'm not into that whole toxicity thing, whatever, I ain't got time to sit there and argue with people. Oh, you were wrong because it says right here. I'm not like that. But anyway, I mean, the trailer looked good. I mean, I seen Chris Pine's in this movie too. I thought his character died in the last movie, so I hope they kind of explain how that really works and what have you. But other than that, it looks pretty damn good. They're going to have that one, Kristen Wiig's going to play Cheetah and what have you. Now, again, I am not really all that familiar with the comic book story for Wonder Woman. I really mean or know her from the Justice League cartoon when I was a kid. Really. You know what I mean? I'm surprised we haven't seen the Invisible Jet yet. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Woman in 1984? You can go check this movie out. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, 15 or 2, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say matinee because I'm cheap. So, but I can't. I'm looking forward to seeing it. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. So, you going to see it? Let me know. Now, in Mandalorian-related news, there was a story, or at least a report, that Dallas Howard did an interview and what have you. And during the interview, she said that she actually worked with the stunt double more than she didn't even work with Pedro Pascal and stuff like that. He wasn't really in the suit. He just mainly did the voiceovers and what have you. She mainly worked with Brandon Wayne. He's the grandson of legendary actor John Wayne, which is pretty damn cool. Now, the other guy who's on the suit every once in a while, the other stunt double is Lafette Crowder. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Now, in this report, they're basically saying that, these two guys are in the suit more so, or at least the Wayne guy is in the suit more so than Pedro Pascal. And then over on SEN, stuff like that, they were saying that they thought the reason why they were doing that was because it was cheaper to pay Pedro Pascal to mainly just do voiceovers than to actually have him physically in the suit. So I guess I could kind of buy that. And granted, yes, James Earl Jones never was in the suit for the Star Wars movies. So, and then also the guy who voiced Darth Maul and what have you, that's not Ray Parks talking. That's a totally different person doing the voice and stuff like that. So I guess that's Star Wars. They do that. So I guess it doesn't really bother me, but I thought he was in the suit more so than what they're actually saying right now. And it doesn't really change it and stuff like that, but I don't know. I guess I have to wait and see. That most people are speculating that when he does, and they think he's going to take his helmet off, when the helmet comes off, that's when Pedro's going to be actually in the suit. So I guess because when long as he's got the helmet on, it doesn't really matter. So I don't know. What do you think? Does it bother you that Pedro Pascal is not in the suit for the Mandalorian more often than these other two guys and what have you? I mean, mainly they're stunt guys and what have you anyway, so they would be doing most of the stuff anyway. I mean, really? So I don't know. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. It doesn't really bother me, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. I don't know, man. I don't know. Did you see any of these movies in the top 10? I mean, Frozen almost to $1 billion in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Now, the other day, and I believe it was on the John Campea show, they were talking like, what's more amazing? The fact that Frozen 2 was actually able to keep the #1 spot for 3 weeks, or the fact that they got almost to $1 billion? like over $900 million within 3 weeks. Which one's more amazing? I personally think that probably a little bit of both and what have you, because it seems like, at least especially this year, almost all these movies are all front end loaded. It seems like everybody's going within the first 1, 2, 3 weeks and what have you, and then after that, these movies just seem to, some of them, not all of them, but like they don't really have, they have enough staying power to stay in like in the top 5 for a while, stay in the top 10 for a little while, but they don't really stay at the number 1 that long. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think both things are pretty amazing. The fact that it's, staying at number 1 for 3 weeks in a row, and also almost to $1 billion. That's just amazing. Just amazing. And what have you. So I don't know. And, I still need to see some of these other movies and what have you. I mean, definitely want to see Ford v Ferrari. I don't know if I actually get a chance to check it in theater, but I definitely want to see it. So I don't know. Jumanji looks pretty damn good and what have you, but I still haven't seen the other one, so I almost got to see that one before I see this one, right? Black Christmas, again, horror movies are not my thing. This does look kind of interesting. Richard Jewell looks okay. What have you. The story looks pretty interesting. I like the kind of, but I don't know if I actually could check that one out in the theater. Uncut Gems, that looks pretty good with Adam Sandler. Hid Life, that looks kind of interesting, but that looks like something I would definitely like probably check out at home. Seberg, I mean, Kristen Stewart's in a lot of movies this year, so I don't know. And Mandalorian, like the whole thing about who's in the suit and what have you, I really don't care as long as the shows are good. We are only a week away from the Rise of Skywalker. It's like it almost seemed like it took forever to get here, but now we're here. So I don't know. I'm geeked for it, but I'm still like I'm more hooked on the Mandalorian than I am on the whole the Rise of Skywalker and what have you. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. I mean, maybe once I see it, it might be different. Again, I only half liked the Last Jedi, so I'm kind of looking forward. I haven't really actually even done a marathon watch and what have you to get ready. I mean, because I know where we left off with the story from Last Jedi going into the Rise of Skywalker, so I'm really just going off of that. I don't want to do any more research. I haven't read any of the new books and what have you. I'm just going in and watching the movie and see where they're going to take the story from there. And then when the novel comes out, I'm going to get that and I'm going to read it. And I actually, to this day, I actually like The Last Jedi book way more than the movie. I personally believe if they would have actually done more parts from the book of The Last Jedi, that movie would have made a lot more money and it'd be a lot less people complaining. So that's just my opinion and what have you. So I don't know. Tell me what you think, man, in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe and click on that bell so you'll be notified every time we drop another video. Have a good week, people. See ya. Peace.